Welcome to the Know Yourself channel. We're making astrology known and understandable as the #1 priority. I'm the Scottish astrologer, and in this video I will talk about God's 5 senses. Now, how does God create everybody equally but all uniquely at the same time? What is this process? Well, just like us, God creates through God's 5 senses. Which makes sense as we are apparently all made in the image of God. Now, most people are blind to the fact that they can physically see parts of God if they only look up. Now, God is in heaven, which is stated, and heaven is above us. It's the heavens, the skies above. Now, we can all see God's spirit and our collective spirit when we look at the sun. We can all see God's soul and our collective soul as humanity. When we look at the moon, we can see our sense of taste and God's sense of taste. When we look at Mars, we can see touch or feeling. When we look up at Venus, we can actually see sight, believe it or not. Well, the cause of it. When we look at Mercury, and we can see smell or scent when we look at Jupiter. And you can also see sound or hearing itself when we look at Saturn. And it's funny that these two luminaries, the sun and moon, and 5 planets, are the only ones that we can actually see with our naked eye from Earth without using a telescope. And that's because God obviously is truly always with us and is always watching in a way, because these luminaries and planets are always in the heavens, which completely surrounds us here on Earth. Now, our 5 senses, spirit and soul, are given and created and governed by the spirit, soul, and 5 senses of God, which again are the heavenly bodies. And now the question has arisen before, because there is great debate whether we were created by God singular or gods, as the word Elohim apparently can mean both God singular or gods. And to add to that, there is 7 names, of God in Christianity, which is funny again, as like I just mentioned, there is only 7 heavenly bodies we can see with our naked eye from Earth, which are again the sun, the moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn. Now, this is obviously no coincidence. And the 7 names for God in Christianity are obviously 7 other, or the actual names for these heavenly bodies, So to me, it's obvious that the heavenly bodies are not individual gods. They all make up part of God together as a whole. Each heavenly body is an individual part, like I mentioned, and together as a whole system, is God, Just like in our bodies, we have many organs which have different functions within our body, all play different roles, but together make up the human being. And it's just the same with the heavenly bodies and God, in my opinion. Now, most people believe that God's created us because it actually makes more sense. But I believe it truly is actually God singular, and I hope I have fully explained why, And I hope this video has helped show people that there is actually a God. Because I think the biggest shame in humanity is when people don't have any belief in a God and a creator and something above them. I think that's sad, and it leads to only despair. And I also hope this video has showed people that you don't need to be part of any religion or attend any church in order to have a connection and a relationship with God. Because God truly is everywhere. God is within us, outside of us, and above us, always. Just not exactly how most people will imagine God to be for themselves, okay? Look, I was always confused about this question a long time ago, okay? And it felt seemingly impossible to find the answer, okay? Until you look within yourself. So, I thought I should share this with everyone and hopefully open up some eyes. But to end by fully answering the opening question, how does God create us all equally but uniquely at the same time? As some people are clearly built better than other people, both physically and mentally. And again, the way we are all created equally is through the heavenly bodies, which is God's 5 senses. These heavenly bodies are responsible for creating not just us, but everything on earth, okay, matter-wise, in the very early beginning stages. Like all plant life, minerals, everything like that, everything, all elements, which make up everything. And now some people are created better than other people are, because of the specific positioning, etc., of these heavenly bodies at the moment of their conception and birth. So the moment they were conceived and the moment of their birth, okay, both play a role. And astrologers can tell nearly everything about a person through knowing the certain qualities that are produced by these heavenly bodies being in certain areas of the heavens, and by making certain energetic connections to other heavenly bodies. That is the way astrologers are able to tell everything. It's that simple. That is all we do. And that is all I try to teach everyone, okay? Because I truly believe this information about knowing how to understand the language of the stars is your birthright, okay? And now most people who never find out this information can spend a whole life lost and full of questions, never answers, and untapped and unrealised potential. Okay guys, thanks for watching. That's all for this video. Please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell at the right hand side of the subscribe button.